Alright guys, so welcome to the TeenWars broadcasting channel. I'm just so thankful that you guys are watching my videos, and if you have any questions, just put a comment below. Surviving Foster Care channel. So, this is Dalayn Johnson, one of my best friends, so we're just gonna be having a Q&A about his life and just his circumstance and everything, so yeah. So Dalayn, if you don't mind me asking, how long have you been into foster care?
Almost 5 years.
Almost 5 years, dang. So how old were you when you first entered?
I was 11 or 12, one or the other.
How did you first feel?
At first, it was just like, I didn't really get what was going on. Like, it was just like life for me. You know, I just tried to not think about it. I was just like, just focus on school or whatever. I didn't think about it too hard.
So, if you don't mind me asking, and you don't have to answer, it's up to you though. Did you meet your parents?
I know my mother. I've never met my father.
How do you feel about being separated?
Well, at the time, it was. I would say it was traumatic because it's getting separated from your mom. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just it was weird, but after a while you learn to live with it. It's just life.
How do you like your new foster home?
I like it. They're nice. My foster parents are nice.
Yeah. How long have you been living in here in this foster home?
Less than a year. Maybe 6 months. Maybe I think. I'm not sure.
How many homes have you lived in in the duration of being in foster care?
3. This is my third one.
Third one. Dang. So you said 5 years in foster care.
Yeah, my first home I was in for 3 years. And that was good for a while, but then it came to a bitter end. And then I went to live with my best friend and his grandma. And then she moved out to North Dakota or something, and I wasn't allowed to go. So now I'm here.
So your first foster home, how come it didn't go so well?
Yeah, it was good for a while. I thought it was good for a while, but after a long while, and I started growing up and stuff and becoming my own person, I realized that my old foster mom, she wasn't that good of a person. She would because I used to be really quiet and to myself and go with the flow. She would I can't find a way to describe it, but she just wasn't a good person. She wouldn't treat me right, but I didn't realize it for a long time because I was just in my own world or something. I don't know.
Did she abuse you in any way?
No, it was nothing physical, more mental. I wouldn't feel like I belonged there. Yeah. It just wasn't great.
Would she separate you? Would she make it clear that okay, does she have any kids by any chance?
She did have kids. She had one kid, and she had more than one kid. But when I got in there, she only had one kid in the house because they were already grown up and stuff.
Yeah.
And she was older and she did her own thing, but it wasn't because of kids and stuff. She just didn't like me in particular, I guess, because we had other foster kids in the home, including my brother, and they would for example, they would go do something go to Scandia or something, and then they would go and not take me. She wouldn't even tell me that they went.
Dang, would they put you in respite?
What's that?
Respite. That's when they put you in a temporary home for a minute.
Yeah, that was my best friend's. His grandma got approved and everything, so I could be with them.
So I actually want to touch more on this concept. Okay, so because there's a lot of foster kids in the world in America. And our state, California, there's a lot of foster kids. There's so many at our school, and we go to Silverado. So one thing I want to touch on is, how do you deal with that? How did you deal with your foster mom taking everybody else but excluding you because you're a foster kid?
I didn't. I just at first it was just whatever. I was whatever. I got my own friends. I'll do my own thing. But then eventually I just I would kind of act out, I guess, in a way. I would talk back sometimes and stuff like that. But most of the time I was in the right and you'd understand in a way. But, it's just the principle of the way she treated me or whatever.
Did it give you emotional scars?
Not in a negative way, in a good way, because now I know to speak up for myself now.
Yeah.
And stuff like that, so.
So, for the viewers that are watching this, if you guys are in foster care or group home or, ILP, Dalayn, what would you give them advice to if they have a foster parent that is mistreating them, that is just neglecting them, that is just taking care of them for the money or just taking care of them for just because they feel like they have to, and you're just excluding them from the events because they don't feel like they're their actual family? What would you give advice to the other foster kids?
I would say have your own family. Because, throughout the whole time that I was in that home, I have my best friend. I grew up with him, and he's my number one, and his family considered me to be family. So even though at home I wasn't being treated like I belonged, I knew I had a family I could go to. So even though your foster home might not be great, you should have friends that you can go to and other people in your life that could matter more than the way they treat you.
So, Dalayn, there's something, because we're both in foster care, there's something that I've been struggling with, and that's that sense of belonging. Like, in my foster home, it's good. It's really good, but the emotional needs are not really met. Because, one, I'm always out and about, and everyone's busy. We all have our schedule. We all have our things to do, and sometimes the important part, which is connecting emotionally, having that mom there, having that dad there, or that dad figure, that mom figure there, Do you ever feel upset, like, being away from your family? Like, do you ever feel like you just want to belong? That you just want a place to call your own? You just want a room to call your own? You want your own family to say, this is my family. And to say that I am loved. Because I know that they love me. Not just by the words they say. Not just by the words people say, but by their actions. By saying, you know what? You're upset. I'm going to give you that hug because I really care for you. And I'm going to fight for you no matter what. Did you ever, how was that journey? Did you ever feel like that?
Yeah, I feel like that all the time. Even when I'm in this good home, I'm in a good home right now. Sometimes I still feel like that. I feel like I don't belong, and it's just I feel like I don't click sometimes. But you gotta keep trying to make it click and trying to make it work, and eventually it should, and it would.
Yeah, like sometimes in my home, I understand that, and staying in my home it's temporary. Because I'm basically 17. My birthday's next month, so I'm basically 17. I only have 1 year left until I'm 18, and I want to be in ILP, which is Independent Living Program. So I'm going to be living on my own, and I'm kind of scared, not because of the bills. We all have bills. Like I did in my last video with the Independent City, which it was legit
that was
and
fun.
long. Yeah. But I'm just kind of worried. I'm just really sad because I picture myself, okay, I get my own apartment. I have my job. I'm going to college. But I think, what am I going to come home to in my apartment? It's just going to be empty, and it's just going to be me. And I'm afraid I'm going to emotionally break down. Like, where is my family at? Where is the love that I want to get? Is someone going to come and check up on me saying, it's okay, I love you. Even if you're all living by yourself, you still have this home right here. You still have this family right here. In my situation, I still have my biological family, but of course I'm living with them, because of my choices. But I still am scared of temporary circumstances because I'm not a big fan of temporary things. I like stability. I like things that are permanent, but that's just not how life is, How do you're going to be an ILP, you're going to get your own apartment when?
It's not exact when date, it's just a matter of when I start the process, which I plan on starting it in February. Okay. So hopefully sometime in September, October, maybe, I don't know.
So how do you feel about, like, everything I said? Do you relate to that a little bit?
I relate to it 100%. I know how it feels to go from home or whatever and not feel that connection.
Yeah. I'm in an awesome quote that I really like, so.
Oh, you're gonna make me say it? What was it?
Yeah, say it. Come on, don't get nervous.
I got it. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta make your own family, even if you're not in yours.
In your biological family, right?
Yeah.
It's crazy. Sometimes we have a lot of negative things happening to us, but yeah, we gotta open our eyes to more than just negative and look on the surrounding part. We're looking at the inner part, and we're just here. Oh, the negative stuff is happening. Oh, I don't have this, or I want this, or my mom left me, or my dad left me. But we're not focusing on what's around. All these positive circumstances that are coming towards us to help us, and sometimes you just have to accept it. And it's difficult because, like I said earlier, we want that belonging, and we're stuck on a negative because we can't let go of the things we want. Like, I would like to live back with my family, but I can't just stay stuck on that because I know it's not going to happen. I can't just stay stuck right there because why am I going to dwell on something that I can't have? Instead, I'm going to say, you know what? This is what it is. This is how it's going to be. And this is what I have to do to reach my goal. What do you think about that?
I agree 100%. It's just exactly it. That's the key.
Yeah. It's just crazy, man. I see a whole bunch of foster kids, you know, and remember ILP?
Yeah.
Like, you want to share your experience in ILP?
For the Independent City?
Yeah.
The Independent City was a lot of fun. We got these like checkbooks and stuff, and then we just went around and we like went as if we were like adults doing our own like living and stuff. Like we would pay bills and buy cars, houses, clothing, all the works. And so I liked it a lot because it showed me what it's gonna be like when I actually do get out there on my own, because I'm gonna get out there on my own pretty soon. And so I got to see like how I gotta go and I gotta pay this bill and I gotta make sure I do this so I can do that. And then, you know, just make sure that I just could organize myself properly and be responsible enough to take care of myself.
Yeah.
So that was pretty much Independent City, and I liked it. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I liked it too, and we were arguing in the freaking food mart.
We were arguing in the store.
Yeah, in the freaking food mart thing.
That was hilarious.
Yeah, so they gave us like a little thing, paper slip that says we have $50 to spend, and we have to buy something for 20 people for the Super Bowl. So we're arguing. I'm like, no, I don't want Kool-Aid. I want to get this because it's better. And you're like, no, sodas are expensive.
We should have got water. I was telling you, we should have got a case of water.
Who drinks water in the Super Bowl?
You wanted to get a case of soda. There was more water in the water. Like,
there's,
I mean, you know what I meant.
There's sink water.
That's nasty. Like, no one drinks sink water.
What they don't know, what they don't see, they don't know.
They're probably gonna have to fill their own cup up or something.
That's why we get a container and we fake it.
Why don't you just get water bottles? Like, you're being difficult.
Cause soda is sort of Super Bowl. I don't want me drinking water watching football.
Yeah, but that's why we have a selection. We got the Kool-Aid and then the water and then something else.
I just don't like to be cheap.
It's not being cheap, it's saving money. We had a budget. Like, you gotta learn how to budget.
Yeah, but I could budget and be balling at the same time.
Okay.
Alrighty, guys. So, so we're gonna take turns. I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna talk about just some inspiration just to give to you, and then Dalayn's gonna go second. So, he is new at these type of things, so give him some slack, okay? So yeah. So, I guess the moral of everything is, you know, don't think just because you're in foster care doesn't mean nobody wants you. Don't think just because you're in foster care doesn't mean you don't belong. You know, sometimes you gotta be taken out of different families. Sometimes you have to get different puzzle pieces to fit it in the right map, in the right display picture, you know? We're all from different families, we're all from different places, but we're sometimes not even meant to be there. Sometimes we're meant to be at a certain area to do a certain job. You know, because honestly, because of my past and everything, I know so many different skills. You know, I went from little baby to ghetto to street smart to living on my own to knowing what a family is like, you know, my biological family, you know, and I'm just learning everything by my own actions. You know, our choices are very important. You know, I made the choice to drink. I made the choice to do drugs. I made the choice to run away. All these different choices affected me. You know, and whether you choose to do things good is going to end up in a positive circumstance. If you choose to do something in a negative way, then it's going to be in a negative circumstance, you know? So it's you reap what you sow. And you got to be careful what you do. Because whatever you do now is going to affect you in the future.
I would have to say knowing yourself. Because, like I said, when I first got in, I was a shy little, you know, to myself type kid. Just go with the flow, like, you know, I would let people play me and stuff, and, you know, and that's what they do when you get into foster care. Sometimes they just don't care about you, so they just do whatever, and they just don't care, but you can't let them do that, you know what I mean? You gotta stand up for yourself and say, look, I deserve to be treated better, and blase, and then just, like, I don't think it's a bad thing for kids who move from home to home, because I think it's a good thing that they do that, because because they're looking for the place where they fit in. If they don't fit in at that place, they shouldn't stay there. They should go and find the place where they truly belong. And you shouldn't just suck it up and stay in a horrible foster home because you don't want to seem difficult or what have you. Just do what you got to do to make sure that you end up being happy at the end of the day, because that's all that matters, is your happiness.
Alright guys, so don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, and share. And I just want to thank you guys for watching my video on my channel, you know, and thank you Dalayn for being on here.
No
It's a
problem.
pleasure. You know, also don't forget to check his channel. We did like a challenge video, so I want you guys to watch it. Link is in the description below. And also, if you have any questions, remember, just comment, email me, or just call me. You know, everything's on my Instagram. I'll leave that. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, whatever. I'll leave everything on the link below, too. Yeah. So, thank you, guys. See you next week. Bye.
This is a place where I don't feel alone. This is a place where I feel at home.